Welcome to Black Americans Against Socialism. Socialism is a very evil system. Communism is a very evil system. Free market capitalism will liberate the world. Long live capitalism. Long live capitalism. How's everybody doing? Like and subscribe to Black Americans Against Socialism on YouTube. I'm on Facebook too. You might see me on some other platforms, but wherever you see me, like and subscribe to Black Americans Against Socialism. Today I'm here to talk about something called taxes. Taxes. People today can be overtaxed. Taxes are literally out of hand today. We fought a war in the United States called the American Revolution because the 13 colonies were being overtaxed, right? The country started because we were being overtaxed. It's almost un-American to tax people. I understand why we must pay taxes, but I'm saying the country was founded because we were being overtaxed. So we should not be overtaxing people today, by no means. Now, I want to talk about the wealth tax. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not a scholar, I'm not a tax attorney, but the wealth tax, they tax your money, your bank deposits, your real estate. They tax that, and I think how much you make a year. Right? Just imagine that. As hard as you work to make your money, it's somebody right there trying to take it from you. Yes. Please. We must end overtaxation in the United States of America. These taxes in the United States of America are getting out of hand. Yes. The wealth tax, this tax, that tax. You know, when y'all register to vote in November, remember, we do not want to be overtaxed through things like the wealth tax, just taxing people just like very badly. Yes. Here's another tax, a state tax, a tax taxing you for your property. Now, some states don't have property taxes, but they tax you for the property you have. Once you own it, it's yours. You shouldn't be constantly taxed for something. You know, and I heard it's something called a death tax. Wow. Like if you receive property, I think from somebody who died, they tax you on that. I'm not a tax scholar, but I've heard there's something called the death tax. Yes. Just taxing people just tremendously. You know, imagine that your mother or your relatives, they leave you property and the government still wants to tax you on it. You know, tax you got to tax you on the house that you own now. And if your relatives leaves you something, they want to tax you on that. They want to tax you. Pretty soon, they're going to tax you just for breathing. Watch it. They'll tax you just for breathing. Just for breathing air, they'll tax you for it. We need to get a hold of the Internal Revenue Service, and we need to tell them, please, IRS, can you just ease up on these on these tax laws? Ease up on how much the people are being taxed. I know the IRS, they take their orders from Congress, but we need to tell Congress too. Hey, y'all are doing too much with taxing people. Just, it's crazy. You know, you got people like Senator Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders will tax people, entrepreneurs, business people very badly, and he's gonna tax them a lot of money. A lot. If you're an entrepreneur, you own a business, if Bernie Sanders continues to be in Congress, he's over 80 years old, but if he continues to be in Congress, eventually it'll be impossible to own a business because you're going to be taxed. I think he wants to tax people 60%. It might move up to 80%. Who knows? You never know. And finally, I want to say this. People should not be penalized for success. If you become a successful entrepreneur or business person, you shouldn't be penalized. You shouldn't be You shouldn't be no penalties for it. We should celebrate people who become financially successful, not put a penalty on them, and not look down upon them. We should tell the young people that, hey, when you get older, you should be like that guy there. You know, a guy who's quite successful businessman, man who owns his home. You know, we need to have more respect for people like that. Entrepreneurs help create America, not socialists and not communists. Remember, you don't have to be black or African American to be against socialism and communism. Yes, and like and subscribe to this page.